S-Bling on the track.
Big ways, fine face, 10 days. I don't dare wait for you, my charge. For you, my charge. You want the phone?
Hi.
Hello, fun people.
Chief fams.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
What's up? How y'all doing? This is the Wendy stick. How you doing?
How you doing?
Welcome you guys back to our channel. Hi, Chief fam. Missed you guys. Hope you guys are safe and well. Today we have a little interesting shindig going on.
Yes.
We're gonna do a try and haul for you guys for the new stuff that came in for our female collection.
Yes.
We're gonna show it to you guys. You know, our model of life is gonna rock some of the outfits.
Yes, one person is missing.
And we're gonna do what we do best.
Yes.
And drink it up.
Sip
And we have some juicy questions that we're gonna answer.
Yeah. This is a relationship edition. We did this kind of video before. And a lot of people
so
liked
funny.
it. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
so,
god.
We had so much fun that some people even were on the floor by the end of the video.
It's not true.
And you already know who
I
those
was
people
not.
are. The questions last time did not put us in good light because we're graduates. So we decided, let's not do that. Let's do relationship.
So we're gonna start off. Let me just sip my.
Are we starting off with question or are we starting off with the model? Okay, so we're doing the model first. Yeah. She's already drinking. That's why she's going to end up on the floor by the end of the video. Okay, so we're gonna have the first outfit.
First look.
Yep. Woo! Mother, where are you?
Model of life.
Yes.
Wow, we.
Nice.
Give them.
Well, you already know that we love sequin. That's one thing that for our brand, we love sequin. We love to work with sequin material. And then can you turn to the back? And then obviously, this is my favorite outfit in this collection. It has like the little Ankara at the back.
Yeah.
And then it also has it in the front. Can you turn model? And then we also have the skirt for the button. So like this is very chic. You can wear it to wear. You can wear it to
a date.
Yeah, you can wear it to a date.
You can wear it to evening event.
Yeah.
If you want. It's pretty elegant for an event. You can wear it to an evening event for sure.
And you can dress it up or you can dress it down, depending on the shoes.
You can wear it like a sneakers, like a cute sneakers.
Yeah.
Or some heels.
Yeah. I like it. Thank you, model.
Thank you, model.
We won't fire her. Last time we fired her, but we're nicer people in 2020.
Yeah,
we're good companies to work for. So we'll take her. But we'll see how she behaves.
Oh God.
First one.
What is it?
Would you respect your man if you made more money than him? Oh, before we even answer like most of these questions, since obviously like we're female business owners, the questions are from a female business owner perspective, right? So the first one says, would you respect your man if you made more money than him?
Would I respect my man? Of course. I don't feel like money has anything to do with respect.
Right.
I feel like you should respect whoever you're with regardless, and money shouldn't be a factor of how you treat somebody, because then that speaks to the type of person that you are.
Right. Yeah, and also like this is also for advice for people that are out there. Just because you make more money doesn't mean that you should treat people like trash if they make less than you. So, we do have a lot. It's true that a lot of females, when we make more money, we tend to be pompous, proud and talk down on maybe if your man doesn't make more. So just be mindful of that that habit doesn't creep into your life. But you should respect your man even if you make more. You should just respect anybody.
Yeah, respect people.
Regardless of how much you make. Yeah, it's just, you go next.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
You always pick the hard questions.
Oh God.
Based on last time.
So. Okay. As an entrepreneur woman, does your significant other's job matter? Take a number.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, so to give you guys background, right? We watched this Nigerian movie a few days ago where this guy, he rides keke, which means
what is keke?
Keke is like a bike, like a tricycle. He's a tricycle rider, so it's like a taxi.
Rider as in is a job, not like
so like it's like doing Uber here, but like
Uber is fancy compared to
them on their bike and taking them where they need to go. So every time he would go on dates, the And I think the girls would ask him, like, what do you do for a living? He's like, oh, I'm a tricycle rider. And then the girls leave him on the date. Like, they don't even want to continue the date anymore.
Even though like, he is well-to-do.
Yeah, he
like,
has his own house.
Mm-hmm.
He has investments. He has properties.
Right. But just because that's the type of job that he was doing, girls were not
appealing to...
So,
the question is, I said first the last time, does your significant other's job matter?
Okay, I have to be honest, right? Because we're honest people.
I will sip on this one.
Honestly, for me,
I'm so honestly.
I feel like the job would not matter, right? Because for me, I'm looking to build with somebody long term. So even though you're doing keke napep now, I'm more interested to know like what is your plan? Like, is that something that you plan to do for the rest of your life, or is that something that is just a means to an end, right? So if that's like for me, if that's something that you plan to do for the rest of your life, honestly, I have to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Then that will not work for us.
Yeah, I think what I agree with is the important question to ask the person is, what is your goal, right? Because if this is your end goal, then that's a problem. Then that does matter, because I'm in the future, we're gonna be millionaires and billionaires, right? So it's a matter of like, what's your vision, right? If your vision is just to be a keke rider for the rest of your life, then that's not gonna work. It's gonna matter.
Like, you're not ambitious. But then I feel like using the guy that we had in question, honestly, like to the end of the movie, he didn't really
change.
He didn't really have any other plan. Like, he was content with making, he was making good money.
He was willing to, for the girl, the right girl, he was willing to,
to change.
And,
which is the mindset that I'm looking for, that where you have the mindset of growth.
Mindset.
Right. So even though I'm doing this now, I see myself growing. There's more for me to do. Like, I'm not just content. And that goes for me. And it's not really about the job. Like, even if I meet you now and you're an accountant, right? Or you're a doctor, right? It still wouldn't matter. My question will be the same as to, what do you see yourself? Do you plan on being a doctor for the rest of your life? Or do you have other plans? That.
Yeah, I think those are important questions to ask, because those are questions that really determine the type of person that you'll be spending your life with in the future. So it's important for you to know these things.
Yeah, you want someone
to
that's
ask
growing.
the questions and make sure you're not somebody, you don't be with somebody that has a scarcity mindset, because that's just.
And if it doesn't matter to you, be honest and just be like, it doesn't matter. The person's job doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter to you and you're fine with them doing that for the rest of
the right person can also help you too. So maybe that's just a stage in your life where you don't have everything together, and the right person might help you get everything together. So
okay.
On to the next outfit. Come on out, model.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mother, you're misbehaving how you were misbehaving last time. Don't be winking at me. Please, this is a professional environment.
I wasn't winking at her.
You were winking at me.
Alright. So what do we have here now?
Okay. So obviously, like, if you've seen the common theme for this collection is mostly sequin and Ankara. And we wanted to blend both of them together.
Unique.
Yeah, we did some couple of stuff last time that was just sequin, and we did some stuff last time that was just Ankara. So this time we wanted to bring two of them together and kind of see how that works out. And this is the product. Obviously, like me too, I love this one. The sequin, and then the Ankara, and then the back is mostly Ankara, obviously. We didn't want the sequin to be too much, so we just wanted a little bit of the sequin on one side, and then obviously then the gold buttons, obviously I like. Can we see the gold button? Mara, we did not hire you to dance. Yeah, so I mean this one is nice. Obviously that you can wear this to multiple of function,
Anywhere.
And nice. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Another question.
Next question.
You're not sipped your drink. Can I sip for you?
You see what we have to do. Okay.
I'm just trying to help.
Next question says, on first dates, who should pay? Who should pay for it? If I read you
on first date, I think the guy should pay. I think the guy should pay. I feel like dates are when you get to know somebody, right? You want to figure out what your long-term goal is, which is marriage. You want to see if this person can be potentially your future husband. And for me, I want my future husband to be able to provide for me and my family. And so being able to pay on the first date is an indication that, okay, like you have the mindset of, I want to take care of you, I want to take care of you, and in the future, if we do end up together, I'll be able to take care of our family. That's what I get from guys paying on the first date.
Yeah, I agree with you. The guy should pay. Me, there's no reason, explanation for this one. Pay for the date. And pick some, I always say that it's not about, for me, let me speak for myself, I can't speak for everybody. For me, it's not about where we go. It's about the thought that you put into it, right? You understand? So I always feel like the guy should pay. So if you know that you cannot afford a 5-star restaurant, then don't pick it. You understand? Pick something that you can afford. I know, yes, sometimes girls are a little iffy, like they look at you a certain way based on where you take them. But then the right girl with the right mentality would appreciate the effort that you put into planning a date. And then they should respect that if you cannot afford an expensive dinner, that you're not fronting. Because I don't want you to front. You understand?
Don't pretend to be someone
you're not, right? Exactly. If you can't afford an expensive date, then don't plan one. Plan
just
what
be
you can
creative.
afford. Yeah, just put some thought into it. That's just the way I feel about it. And then some people be like, it depends on who does the accent out. Well, that's a topic for another day. First of all, the girl should not be doing the accent out. Again, my perspective. But even if she does, you should always pay. And let me just tell you guys now, most girls always expect the guy to pay. Even when they're bringing out their wallet or they say, it's okay, I don't mind sharing it. If you let them pay for the date, if you let the girl pay, you're not going to get a second date. She's going to look at you differently.
Yeah.
So always make sure that you can pay for the date that you're taking the person.
Yeah, I think that's the key, the date that you're taking the person.
Yeah.
Make sure that whatever you're doing is within budget and you're not fronting and putting on this facade that like you're some rich guy and your bank account is bleeding and you're out there just living in
you're calling your friend to bring you the balance of what you guys
or you're borrowing your friend's car to go on dates but you don't have car, just take the train. Take the train.
Okay, take an Uber. Yeah, so guys pay for the first date. Your turn.
Another one? Okay. Okay. Oh God.
Oh God.
Would you marry an ugly man that has a lot of money? Why are you sipping that? Would you marry an ugly guy that has a lot of money? You have to answer because I read the question.
By the way,
my answer, I was still.
Somebody pick this question. Ugly man that has a lot of money. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Honestly, when I was much younger, I would have answered no to that question. But now that I have grown and I've evolved and I've matured and I know the Lord, I have Christ in me, I am no longer superficial. No, I'm serious. Why are you laughing? That's not my flow. No, I'm not superficial like that. I feel like ugly, money, it really doesn't matter. I just want to get to know the person and make sure that our values and our principles align with each other. Plus, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. The person that you find cute, another person might not. The person that you find ugly, the other person might not. Plus, money can touch you up too. So.
That's true. Beauty is subjective, really. Isn't that? Like she said, if somebody that you think is like hot, somebody else would be like, nah, I don't think so. So it doesn't really matter. I think what really matters is, again, your values aligning and if that's the type of person that you see yourself long-term with in the future. And again, like she said, money can touch you up. Money can, help you
look good. Think about all the people that
better.
that used to not look good. Now that when you see them, they look good. So there's a possibility. Okay, the next
outfit.
Yes, model. Yes, model.
All right.
Are you winking at me again?
Bro, stop it. I've been quiet.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, this one, this is a mainly sequin.
This is like a wedding.
Yeah, this is definitely
Like
wedding.
if you get invited to a wedding,
Gala.
this is a
Gala. And if you could see
a formal event.
like a see-through from like here.
And it has a nice slit.
Slit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love slit. So like anything that has slit is like yes. Like it adds like a different kind of sexiness to an outfit when it has slit.
Yeah.
So like this is nice.
Nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very
Thank you,
nice. Very nice.
Good job. Slaying them. Good job. Okay, next question. What is your idea of submission in today's world? I'm so glad you get to answer this one first. What is your idea of submission?
My idea of submission is surrendering to the vision and the leadership of your spouse or your husband.
Yeah, this is in terms of relationship.
Yeah, this is in terms of relationships. So I believe that your husband, the man has been called to be the leader of the household. And you should make sure that the person that you marry, that your vision aligns with his, because when I think of submission, I think of submitting to his vision, right? In terms of him getting the direction and kind of deciding, okay, this is where I think the family should go. But when I think submission, I don't think what's that word?
Weakness.
Yeah, weakness. It doesn't mean that the wife doesn't have a say.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that the man directs, he leads the family, and in that leadership, he seeks guidance and counsel and direction. And that can be from you, that can be from God, but you're surrendering to that manly vision. Not manly is not the right word, but like surrendering to his vision, which is important. Which is why it's important that you make sure that whoever you marry, that your vision aligns, so that if you're surrendering to the vision, you kind of still know that you're going in the right path. Yeah.
Yeah. I think speaking from a strong woman point of view, women that are like very independent, excuse me, and that are very strong, we always used to look at submission as, like, man, I work so hard and I'm just gonna give that up because I'm marrying a man. And then I started like study it, and then obviously I started like read like relationship books and like from a biblical point of view, and I realized that it's because we were looking at submission the wrong way. We're looking at it as I'm submitting to any man, right? But submission is in the context of your husband, right? So it's not just to any man, it's to your husband. And then as Blessing said, like if you are picking your husband, then you should pick somebody that you don't mind submitting to. Because submission has to do with trust. Like I trust you with my vision, and I trust you with my dreams, and I trust you with my future, that the decisions that you're going to make, right, would align and would favor me, right? And I think why a lot of like African women have problem with submission is because we were raised in a culture that have abused submission, right? Where women were submissive, but then sometimes their husband took advantage of that. Where it's like they no longer get a say. Their dreams were terminated, or their dreams were stifled. Like they couldn't, breathe, right, in that relationship. Yeah. So now when you got the younger generation growing up and looking at it like, no, I'm not going to submit. Yeah. But really, if you want your relationship to work, you want to submit to the man. But you want to make sure that you're picking the man that, is going to understand that he's not just responsible for your heart, but he's also responsible for your vision and your dreams. Because, the same way God is going to ask him, the woman that I gave you, what did you do with her? So, that's the way I look at submission now, is that, it's not weakness, it's trust, that I'm trusting you, that you are going to lead me into greater heights and into me fulfilling my purpose. So, submission is fine as long as,
to the right person.
Yeah, doing it with the right person. So you gotta, pick your husband wisely, because if you want your relationship to work, you gotta submit, Right. Yeah.
What's that?
Well said.
On to the next, ma'am. Make your way forward.
Yeah. So this outfit and the previous ones were like pre-orders. Like these ones are not custom made, right?
Yeah.
I think it's obvious we should point that out. while we were working on our custom-made collection, we ordered some just to have some stuff in stock. Yeah, but yeah, this is one of them, and this was for last summer because obviously like neon was raining there, was in trend.
This is a risky dress, yo.
Very risky, very risky.
Yeah.
And when I bought it, yes, on the line bought, I didn't get it for free. These people didn't give it to me for free. I stitched it up a little.
They're harassing me. Look at that, touching me. Oh my god.
I stitched it up a little, which you could do. Even like the boob section, I stitched up mine because me, I'm not very that risque. I mean, I'm a child of God. I stitched mine up a little, a lot, and the side I stitched up a little. So yeah. If you're very bold to wear like that, you know.
I mean, I feel like if you have less titties, you could get away with it. But
rock
or
it.
you could tape your boobs.
Yeah, but you know, you can fix it up a little if you want to wear it. But yeah, I absolutely love it.
I love the material,
and then the rhinestones on it. Oh, yeah.
This is a good proposal dress. You know, if your man wants to propose to you.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Hit us up. Yeah. Please, the man, hurry up, propose so he can hit us up. Your turn.
My turn.
Your turn.
Okay. We gotta address this. Should women shoot their shot, or should women propose? Let me just look at this again.
Is that what it really says?
Should women shoot their shot or propose?
Okay. This is just me.
I think I might have one back.
I'm more of a laid back person. So I will not be shooting my shot. Neither will I be proposing. If you see anybody that look like me that is proposing, know they have dropped me. No, they have kidnapped me and washed up my brain. They have cloned me actually. But honestly, I feel like the man is the hunter. I feel like the way that the Bible made it is that the man is the pursuer. Like if the man is not proposed, if you're in a relationship where the man hasn't proposed, I don't think you should outrightly propose. I think hint it. Yeah, drop hints. Or if the person is not picking up the hints, because
just have a conversation.
Like if you're gonna build a future with this person and you can't talk about proposing, then you guys already have a problem, because you're about to build a future where you're gonna have to talk about things that are much more harder. So if you can't have that conversation, then that might not be the right person for you. So I feel like, as for shooting your shot, I feel like you can put yourself in the environment where the person is. Like, let's say Blessing is a guy, and I like her, and I like him. Let's say I know Blessing goes to, to the basketball court on Saturday evenings, right? What I can do is that on Saturday evening, I'll go to the park. Even if I don't want to run, I will run.
With some nice leggings.
Yes. Some tight leggings. And do some running. Slowly, when I get to where he is. Like,
drop your bottle of water.
Yeah. Drop your water. Man, you can even pull straight something. Something. You got to be wise about it.
Open your bottle as you're running, just... Oh, I'm so sorry. So
honestly, I would rather that than just like, I know that, and I'm a strong woman, I'm an independent woman, and I just, some will be like, we're in an age where women are being more assertive and bold, yes. But, we still gotta, let the man be the man.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like.
I agree, 100%. Personally, I am also a traditional, I don't go shooting my shot. I feel like with a lot of guys too, I think it's easy for them to take advantage of that, because when you shoot your shot, it's almost like, oh, okay, like I can just, I'll just, take her.
They won't see your value.
Yeah, it's easier for them to misuse,
abuse that. It sets the wrong tone for the relationship that you want to build.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you propose, you kind of have taken that lead, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the man is supposed to be the leader, but when you propose, you take that lead. So that kind of leaves him as like...
messes up the dynamic.
Like, plus he can always be like, I wasn't ready.
Or you're going to take lead in this, or...
I honestly feel like if the man is ready to propose and he knows
Men know what they want.
Yes, they do.
They know what they want.
Yeah,
so if they want you, they will come after you. There's no reason for you to like go throwing yourself at them. Like she said, you can put yourself in an environment where that is favorable to you. If there's somebody that you like, then just make a intentional effort to be around them more and just talk to them, and you never know.
And if you're in a relationship, have the conversation. If the hints are not working, have a conversation.
Talk about long-term goals.
Yeah, they see them marrying you.
Yeah, like where do you see this relationship going?
Right.
What do you look for in a future wife?
And then what are some of the things that make women propose though? Like,
maybe they've been in a relationship for too long, and they feel like
they don't want to let it go.
Yeah, they don't want to let
but
it
think,
go.
But think about it. Marriage
Marriage
is eternal, right? Till death do you guys part. So if this person is not willing, maybe there's just something that they're not ready to do that commitment. So don't look at it as starting from scratch. You can take a step back. Have the conversation. Oh, if you're not ready to marry, okay, how about we take a step back, you figure out what you want to do, and I'll go figure out mine. Like, yes, you could be in a relationship for so long. You can always take a step back. Don't feel like, oh, I spent 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't want to let it go. But think about it, you're wasting more time with that person. So you can take a step back and, if it was meant to be, it will be. If not, you give yourself the opportunity to find the right person.
If you're going in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you go, you're still in the wrong direction.
Right? That's
so
that's a good one.
Redirect yourself. All right, next outfit. I'm personally biased towards this one.
Because you have one.
Because I have one.
She's always biased to the ones that she has. So let you talk about it.
I love it. The material, it just hugs up on you. What is this? Is this like lace and then it's like beaded sequin sewn into it? And then it also flows on the ground depending on how tall you are. I mean, I'm pretty tall, so it didn't really flow that much. But it did touch the ground, which is, rare for tall people like me.
I like how you say you're very tall.
I am tall. So, and if you wear heels, imagine, like, look, it's like touching the floor now, but like if she wears heels, it's gonna go up. But I love that it's long. I love
the heels. The problem is that you say you're very tall.
I'm very tall.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'm tall.
Are you seeing this girl? This was on fire last time.
Listen.
But
I love the look.
Just send us the next outfit.
It's just classy and elegant.
Yeah, I like it.
You guys are slaving me with no drink. You get drink when you finish your job.
We'll give you water. Because I think you're underage. Is she not underage? She needs to drink. I don't think she can drink it. But we'll consider that. What is your home on stay home dad?
What?
What the question said?
What is my home?
What is your take? I said
what
home?
is my yeah, you said home.
Oh, what's your take on stay home dad?
Stay home dads. Like as in they are working from home or like their job is to stay home and take care of the kids?
Both. From either perspective.
I don't think the man should just be doing nothing. Like you can be home.
If you are independent, powerful woman.
That doesn't matter. The man should be the provider. He should be able to provide. I don't mind helping him provide, but he should be able to provide. And if you don't have a job, you won't be able to do that. So if it's a situation where he's working from home, like that's fine. If that's what the context of stay home dad means, then like I'm Gucci with that. But if it's him like just being home, no job, no nothing, that's a problem.
But he's taking care of the children. That's a job.
It's a job, but how does that provide for the family?
So you want someone that's a provider?
I need somebody. I don't want
financial provider.
Not just a financial provider, everything provider.
Including financial.
Including financial. You should be able to provide in general.
You have heard her, my people. She has spoken.
I have spoken.
Has spoken.
I have spoken. The next one.
I feel like.
Sorry.
So you don't want me to answer?
I know. Go ahead.
I feel like, yeah, I agree with you. If you're staying home because you work from home, that's good. But if you're staying home because, even though I do agree that taking care of children is, a job.
It's a job.
Honestly, for me, I don't think it's my man's job to raise the children. I think it's both our jobs. So I think, he should work. Because after a while, I think about it. Be honest, if you marry someone that's not working.
You get frustrated.
You get frustrated, yeah, you will. So, yeah. if you're working from home, fine. If you're not working at all, for me personally, it won't suit me well.
The woman is the one working, and she's making all this money. She starts to feel like, oh, now I'm the provider. I get to and it throws the whole balance off.
It's harder for successful women to find love.
I think so. I think because some guys are intimidated by that success, and so they don't want somebody that they feel like is better than them or has more than them. So they tend to go for people that they're better off, and so people don't really approach successful women like that, and that's their loss, because the right person, again, like we talked about earlier, would submit to the right man regardless of how independent or successful she is. It's just these men need to get the right mindset, and if they have the right mindset, they'll be able to get the right woman.
Yeah, I agree. It's harder. But it's because of the stereotype that successful women, are more bossy, stuck up, won't respect their man, will submit to their man, which is wrong. There's some strong women out there that understand the meaning and the power of submission that will do that. And it's wrong for men to categorize successful women like that. And also, the more money you make, it becomes hard for you to find genuine and sincere people.
That's true.
So you don't know who is with you for what you have and who is with you for who you are. So those things just make it a little harder. The stereotype and just finding good people
out here
just want to use you and leave you.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not coming from a personal point of view. Oh, you mean bars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You now believe in bars.
No, stop. On to the next.
When we did this collection, I honestly thought this was a tux.
No,
that's what I was referring to as a tux.
I guess because of the blazer part right here.
Yeah, the blazer part made me think it was a tux. But yeah, it's a dress. It's like the red one that we had, but this is a little.
Yeah, the belt can come off too.
Yeah, the belt can come off.
But you want to use it to kind of bring in the shape a little, because if you don't, it kind of leaves everything hanging out. Well, not hanging out, just a little loose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you, model.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there more?
There's one more question.
Okay.
When should you cut a man off? I think for most people, it's whenever you feel like you've gotten enough, because dating is data collection, right? I'm collecting information about this person. So when you feel like you have enough information to make a decision, then you can proceed to, okay, let's move on to a relationship, or you go your separate ways. I think that's the way we will look at dating, which is, I believe, is the right way to do it. People just jump from talking and now they're in a relationship, where it's like you didn't even examine the data that you collected. So now, if we talked, if we were talking and I collected enough data to be like, you know what, he meets some of the things that I'm looking for. Our principles align, our values align, some of the things we want in our future align. Then I can proceed. And if it doesn't, we just go our separate ways. Honestly, for me, I do it as soon as the day that I meet the person. Sometimes when I meet people, I'm not the person to beat around the bush. I will ask you some of the things that are important to me. If you don't have them, I'm cutting you off right there and then. There's no need to waste time. Honestly, I'm one of those people that think time is very valuable. I'm not wasting my time, right? And I don't want to waste yours too. So for me, it can be the same day, but ultimately it's however long it takes me to gather enough information to make a decision.
Yeah, I agree. I would say cut a man off when you find out that your vision or your principles or your values doesn't align, because if it doesn't align, there's nothing, you shouldn't be doing anything with that person in the first place. So if your values and the things that you strongly believe in, the things that make you who you are, if they don't align with the person that you're with or the person that you're talking to, that's when you should cut them off.
Right.
Because you can't,
it won't lie to yourself.
It won't work.
Because a lot of people will be dating for different reasons. They're lonely, they want to go out, they want to feel like they want to say, I have a boyfriend. Like, you're wasting your time and then you're blocking the right person from approaching you.
Don't be unequally yoked. Just
next one.
Last one.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So this one is pretty long. I feel like for me, this will be definitely sweeping the floor.
Yes, because you're short,
No, not because I'm short, just because the material was made to fit me.
Girl, bye.
No, but yeah,
I like
this
it
is my
though.
favorite fabric,
Yeah.
actually. I love this fabric.
You definitely would stand out on the street if
Yeah,
you
when
wore
you wear
this.
this, yeah.
People would be like, oh, alright.
And like when you wear it, you don't want to like, this is like the statement. You
Yeah.
don't, whatever you're wearing inside
Has to be-
laid back.
Yeah, black.
Yeah.
Preferably.
Or you can even do white, but you don't want to
Solid
take away
color.
from it. Yeah. You don't want to take away from it because this is already doing all the talking. Yeah, but this is nice. Can't wait for spring to wear it.
Can you guys thank me now, please?
We thank our model for doing an okay job.
Excuse me.
But she will be fired because she drank our drink and she was winking at the professional senior. One last one.
What is the most difficult thing about being a woman and an entrepreneur? I think this is a good way to end. That worked out pretty well. Let me read again. What is the most difficult thing about being an entrepreneur and a woman? That's a good question.
Man, why didn't we get these questions before so we can think
I
about
think
it?
it's a good way to end though.
Yeah, what is the
Wrapping
most difficult?
The most difficult.
One is hard to. Wait.
Let me think about my answer.
Yeah. I think we addressed one, the love one, right? To find love. That's one. Two is also being taken seriously.
I was gonna say being undermined, yeah.
Yeah, being taken seriously because, you know, we seem to live in a man's world. Where it's like, you know, we need a man's approval for everything. If a man doesn't stamp success on us, then the world will not consider us successful. So it's hard, you know, for a woman to build an empire than it is for a man, right? Because we gotta, you know, we always have to like work extra hard. We always
Yeah, I know what
I think that's my train of thought that I'm trying to find words before you guys come for me. So.
Before you even spoke, I think the word that came to mind was undermined. I think because women, there's this stigma with women where we're seen as inferior. It's
less than.
Yeah,
Less
we're
than
seen
the
as
man.
less than the man. So it's harder for people to put value in us and our businesses. So it takes more for us to prove ourselves than it would for a man who started his own business. And I think that would be one of the most difficult things that any woman that's an entrepreneur has faced. And really just surrounding yourself with the right people that, you know, genuinely want to help you and not, you know, attach themselves to your success. So like, oh, I made her, or you know, I helped her.
And that's what
become
makes it a little
become.
tricky too, because we notice a lot of women entrepreneurs, like they always tend to surround themselves with women because they're so afraid that a man will claim their success, right? Because they're afraid that because it's just the way that the world looks at it. Like the world always give credit to the man. You know, I know this has nothing that is like this. Probably doesn't relate to this, but like I read a book where it was talking about something like this, where a man and a woman, husband and wife, right? They were at a restaurant for a dinner. They finished eating the dinner, and the woman tipped the waiter. But the waiter said thank you to the guy. Yeah. So it's like the woman tipped you, right?
Yeah.
Why are you thanking the man? It's like, oh, because she's with the man, everything that she has is him, right? So that's just one of those. So women are like, we're always having to work hard to show that, you know, I do this, I did this, I built this. This was all me. And that's one of those tricky stuff.
This reminds me of that Netflix show that we watched, the limited edition one, where I think it's Miss CJ something.
Oh, Miss CJ Walker?
Yeah, where she had this vision and
the hair part.
she made it happen. You know, he helped her. You know, but ultimately, like, it was her vision, it was her hard work, it was her like going hunting for resources for investors. When at the point where it blew, he came to like claim everything. You know, but
because he was the husband.
Yeah, but I think we would say that would be the hardest
Oh, and thinking about it in a family perspective, like what we just talked about could be like can apply to both single and married. But if you think about it from a married perspective, it's hard to take care of a family, and be an entrepreneur as a woman. That balancing act is hard because you see a lot of women out there that are trying to build empires. Sometimes it means that they spend less time with their children.
Yeah.
So that guilt of, man, I'm not a good mother, or I'm not a good wife, because you're out here hustling, trying to build this. So balancing, that home responsibility and balancing that, career part can be hard. It can take a toll on you as well. So to all the women out there,
we see y'all.
More power to you.
Y'all.
Yeah, let's keep building this, and letting other women and girls out there know that you can pursue your dreams.
Yes, you can do it.
Yeah, we love men, and obviously we want a man that can take care of us. But don't sit and wait for that. You can build. You can work on yourself. Yeah, you can build something for yourself. Don't just sit and lay back and wait for a man to take care of you. Even though we do love that, feel me? Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching us. We hope you enjoyed this try-on haul / relationship discussion.
You can invite us for a relationship panel talk.
You can invite her. I'll be in the audience.
What do you mean invite her? Is it not you that was here speaking, giving bars?
No, you were the one speaking bars. I'll be in the audience to support. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Engage with us. Tell us if you agree or you disagree in the comments.
Any of the questions.
Engage with us. We want
Please come for her more than me.
Come for her more than me. I'm on y'all side, okay?
If you come for me, I will cry. Do you want to see me cry?
Yes, I do. I want to see you cry.
You see the wickedness in the world that we're talking about.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
A little bit long, but
yeah,
we appreciate you guys for sticking around, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Yeah.